The grand ballroom shimmered with golden lights, laughter, and the scent of roses. Everyone was dressed to impress. Diamonds, designer suits, champagne flowing like water. But in the corner of the room sat a young woman in a wheelchair, forgotten. While guests danced and toasted to the happy couple, she quietly stared at the floor, her smile fading with every passing minute. No one looked her way, not even her father, the CEO hosting the entire event. That was until one man, a single dad in a simple suit, noticed her. And what he did next changed everything. Before we dive into this heart-touching story, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more inspiring stories from Whispers of Goodness. Don't forget to like this video if you believe kindness can still change the world, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's begin. The wedding of the year was taking place at the Grand Rose Hall, a stunning event planned down to the smallest detail. The bride was the daughter of Charles Milton, a powerful CEO known for his billion-dollar empire and his obsession with perfection. Guests whispered about how breathtaking the ceremony was, how elegant the decorations looked, and how expensive everything must have been. But hidden among all that glamour sat Charles's other daughter, Emily, quietly observing from the corner. Emily was 24, paralyzed from the waist down after a tragic car accident 2 years earlier. Once full of energy and dreams, she now lived a quieter life. Despite her kind smile and gentle nature, people often didn't know how to act around her. They avoided eye contact, spoke awkwardly, or simply ignored her existence altogether. At her sister's wedding, it was no different. As the music played and laughter echoed, Emily tried to stay positive. She clapped politely, smiled when people glanced her way, and even took pictures from her chair. But inside, her heart was aching. No one asked her to dance. No one sat beside her. And her father, busy charming the investors and VIP guests, didn't even notice her loneliness. She tried to convince herself it didn't matter. "It's her day, not mine," she whispered. But deep down, she longed for someone, anyone, to treat her like she still belonged. Meanwhile, across the hall, a man named Daniel stood nervously near the back, holding a glass of water. He wasn't like the other guests, no expensive tuxedo, no shiny watch. Just a clean, simple suit and a humble smile. Daniel had been invited by one of the waitstaff who happened to be a close friend. He was there as a plus one, trying his best not to look out of place. As a single dad raising his 7-year-old daughter, Lily, Daniel wasn't used to luxury events. But Lily loved weddings, and this was her first. She was full of excitement, twirling in her little yellow dress, waving at strangers, and giggling as she watched the bride and groom. Then Lily's eyes landed on Emily. "Daddy," she whispered, tugging at his sleeve. "Why is that lady sitting all alone?" Daniel looked and saw Emily, quiet, forgotten, trying to hide her sadness behind a faint smile. His heart tightened. "She's just resting, honey," he said softly. But Lily didn't buy it. "She looks sad," Lily said, frowning. "Can I go talk to her?" Daniel hesitated. He looked around. Everyone was caught up in their own conversations, too busy to notice. He nodded slowly. "All right, sweetheart, but be gentle." Lily skipped across the room, her dress fluttering behind her. When she reached Emily, she smiled and said, "Hi, you look so pretty." Emily blinked, surprised. "Oh, thank you," she replied, her voice warm but cautious. "You look very pretty too." Lily giggled and twirled. "This is my favorite dress. My daddy says yellow is my happy color." Emily chuckled softly. "It suits you. You look like sunshine." Lily's eyes widened. "Really? Wow, nobody ever called me sunshine before?" From a few feet away, Daniel watched the exchange with a tender smile. Then Lily turned and called out, "Daddy, come say hey." Daniel walked over, feeling slightly nervous. "Hi there," he said to Emily. "I hope we're not bothering you." "Not at all," Emily said, her smile finally reaching her eyes. "Your daughter is adorable. She gets that a lot." Daniel laughed. "I think she inherited all the charm in the family." Emily grinned. For the first time that evening, she felt seen, really seen. They started talking about the music, the decorations, even the awkward small talk that fills weddings. Daniel asked about her favorite song, and when she said she loved old jazz tunes, his eyes lit up. "You're kidding. I have a whole playlist of those. My mom used to play them while cooking." Minutes turned into half an hour. Emily found herself laughing, genuinely laughing, for the first time that day. But not everyone was pleased. From across the hall, Charles Milton spotted his daughter talking with a man he didn't recognize. His brows furrowed. He excused himself from a group of executives and stormed toward them. "Emily," he said sharply, "are you okay?" "Who's this?" Daniel stood up politely and extended his hand. "Hi, sir, I'm Daniel. My daughter and I were just chatting with Emily." Charles didn't take his hand. He gave Daniel a quick up and down glance, noticing the inexpensive suit, the lack of a luxury watch, the humble shoes. "I see. Well, this is a private family event. Maybe you should." Before he could finish, Emily interrupted. Her voice was calm but firm. "Dad," she said, "who's my guest?" The room seemed to freeze. Charles looked at her, startled. Emily rarely spoke up to him, especially in public. Daniel shifted awkwardly, ready to leave, but Emily continued. "All evening, people have treated me like I'm invisible. Daniel and his daughter were the only ones who talked to me, who treated me like a person, not a burden." Her eyes glistened. "Isn't that what kindness is supposed to be about?" The silence was heavy. Charles looked around. Some guests had turned to watch. His face softened, guilt washing over him. "You're right," he said quietly. "You're absolutely right." Later that night, when the music slowed and the candles flickered low, Charles found Daniel again. "I owe you an apology," he said, "and a thank you. You reminded me what matters most." Daniel smiled humbly. "You don't owe me anything, sir. Just don't forget to see her. She's an amazing young woman." Charles nodded, emotion thick in his throat. That night, for the first time in years, he sat beside Emily, held her hand, and talked. Really talked. They laughed, cried, and shared stories from before the accident. The way she used to dance in the living room. The way she still dreamed of helping others with disabilities. As for Daniel and Lily, they stayed in touch. Emily would often visit their small apartment, helping Lily with homework, sharing stories, and even starting a small community project together, organizing dance events for people with disabilities. Months later, Charles surprised everyone by sponsoring their project. He told the press, "Kindness doesn't come from wealth or power. It comes from seeing others, really seeing them." That one moment of compassion, a little girl's bravery to say hello, and a single dad's willingness to listen, changed the course of 3 lives forever. Emily rediscovered her confidence. Charles found his humanity, and Daniel. He taught his daughter the most beautiful lesson of all, that kindness costs nothing, yet it can mean everything. Sometimes, the world doesn't need more money, more luxury, or more success. It just needs more people willing to notice others and care. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs a reminder of what kindness can do, and subscribe to Whispers of Goodness for more stories that warm the soul. Because at the end of the day, kindness always finds its way back.